how many zips of the coffee did you take before you finished the cup? And he said, what? I said, how many zips did you take? And he looked down and noticed that he didn't have any coffee left. And I said, 4. And he went, what? Like, how is it that? Like, one relevant possible to do, and how did I not know I hadn't finished my coffee? That's charm. It is aware of things that we think maybe in some ways are insignificant, trifle, or whatever. It doesn't interfere with anything. You're not there disengaged from things. You are not the Rain Man, the one from the movie, that you're in some form of autism. It is that you have the ability of the Rain Man without being autistic. You simply have this incredible mind that is capable of being aware of everything around you, and you're clear about it. Once I was in court, and the judge was there, and the other side was very aggressive towards me and saying, well, he didn't give me this until then, and I should have had it before then. And he was like very like putting me in bad light in front of the judge. And I said, yes, I got it to him. I got it to him as soon as I came back from conducting a meditation retreat. And he said, mediation retreat? I said, no, meditation retreat. No. And so then he went to the other person, Mr. Jones, you could benefit by going to his retreat. Because the person wasn't aware of how he was acting and how aggressive and how unnecessarily aggressive he needed to be. So the judge had no interest in what he was saying. He knew that he got the stuff in time and to do this, and this person was just complaining because that's the way he is. Was that he was always complaining, always thinking that everything had to be this exact letter of the law without seeing the heart of the law. I won that case because of the heart of the law, not the letter of the law. And the thing was, as the other attorney, he didn't understand that. He didn't understand, like, how could that be that way? Because he wasn't aware. He didn't have an awareness there. He didn't have an awareness that this particular judge was common sense judge. He cut through all of that to go to what was important. Some judges are just blind in the letter of the law. And then if they're that way, then you have to do what you have to do to appease that one. But he didn't know that, wasn't aware of that. When the people, they come into my office to talk to me, I can tell if they're lying or they're not lying. And I know it. I know what they're going to tell me oftentimes before they tell me of what's happening in their case. I can see it, what took place just by looking at them. And so when you see it, there's a movie, Apocalypse Now, a long time ago, a war movie. But there was this captain of this small ship that had to take this person upstream. And when he said, it was some kind of a commando. And so when he looked at him, the commando says, do you know who I am? And he said, just by looking at you, I know you're bad news. Because the captain, he had an awareness, his crew didn't. They were young and they didn't know anything, but this man, the way his demeanor was, he knew that this was a killer. This was somebody that is going to put them in harm's way, which in fact he did. And but that's the way we see things. We see things clearly, of what's there. And it's important for us. Oftentimes we make mistakes in our life because we don't read the information that's there, or we misread it. Sometimes we misread it by putting our own discrimination into the situation. And that can cause great problems. Once after court, I was talking to the other side, and the other side did not have an attorney. And so I was outside the court talking to them, and I was telling them, look, you don't have an attorney, you don't have money. And the fact is that you're going to lose. And you're going to lose bad. You're going to have to pay my attorney's fees. And I don't want to intimidate you. I'm just telling you what is going to happen to you, when we come back the next time. So think about it very carefully. And my client had come out of court and he was watching me talk to the other side. What do you think that my client thought I was talking to the other side about? He was saying, I can't believe you were talking to the other people you're conspiring against me. You were talking to them, and you're going to go on their side. He had no reason to believe that I would do that. No reason whatsoever. He completely misread what I was doing in talking to the other side. And I was actually representing him very well. Do you know what I did? I let my client go. I had no interest in representing somebody that was so blind or discriminating, because later he would want to eat me after I ate the other. So I just said, you need to find yourself another attorney. Because I could see in the future this was not going to be good. And so it is just how we look at things. We're clear about it. And we try to tidy up our life. We don't try to interject things in there. Oftentimes between a man and a woman, whether they're husband and wife or boyfriend and so forth, they may see something and completely misread it. And as a result of it, there's no trust in the marriage anymore, in the relationship. Oftentimes they may be right, if the husband comes back and has lipstick on his collar, that's not a good sign. Unless he went to see his mother or something, But if he did, then the woman is so jealous that she could accuse him that he did something wrong. But the thing is that we overplay our hand, we overdo things in our life. If charm and the practice is not something that's worthwhile in the samsaric life that we can benefit from, what good is it? We're not playing a mental game. I want to discover Buddha. We discovered Buddha in the present moment. Remember, I tell you, Buddha's in the present moment. But you take this Buddha mind with you everywhere. The Buddha mind is not discriminating. It's not blind. It sees things very, very clearly. If it sees things, and they pick up the proverbial cell phone, and there's 50 messages from Lola, and pictures of the husband in compromising positions with Lola, it's going to say, well, he's cheating on her. But it doesn't immediately jump to those conclusions. It could be the woman too. I have as many cases where the women do that to the men. But it's something that we can't spoil our life. We can't ruin it with baseless suspicions or whatever it is. Sometimes the people, they come in and they think because I'm an attorney, I'm going to cheat them. That is not the case. But they have that opinion of attorneys. Again, those are not clients I want because they already have a discrimination that I'm deceptive. I need to have faith in my client and what they're telling me so I can represent them as firmly as possible. But I do not do crooked things for my clients. I do not cheat for them or lie to them. And I remember I was representing these two real estate developers, and they told me, we have to be careful what we tell you because you will not lie. And I'm saying, fine, I mean, if you want to lie, that's fine, but if you say something, I'll not perpetuate your life for you, no matter what. And so in this way, we're clear about what we do. I'm just applying this to my life. I'm not perfect. I'm not, Mr. Bodhisattva. There's things that happen in my life, and there's times when I'll lose my composure. But I can tell you one thing: there's not any time, probably in the past 5 years, that I've lost my composure that I didn't regret it and tried to make amends immediately. And these are things that we have to do. And so we see that we try to address those things. So with one of my good friends, he'll remain nameless, Harry here, I made a mistake in my life. And the next day I called him to apologize, sincerely apologize. I realized what I did was wrong. And these are the things we do. If I have a strong ego, I would say, well, he deserved that. No, he didn't. And so my thing is that if I make a mistake, at least I know I made a mistake. And I'm a bodhisattva enough to try to rectify those things. So I don't create a problem going towards the future. So you have to stand up to the mistakes you make and accept them and then move on from them. But if you try to protect your ego all the time, there won't be anybody around you worth impressing with your ego. Everybody will know that you're a very egotistical person, and it's not worth it. So if you're here, please take these little common sense advice. Use your awareness wherever you're at to see exactly what is happening around you. See it very, very clearly. Like I say, I'm not perfect. I don't profess to be perfect. All I am is a practitioner, and I have certain modicum of wisdom that I've worked on over the years. And I wish I had that wisdom 20 years ago, 30 years ago. I wish I had that wisdom then. I do not have it, but we only can learn by our mistakes. Anytime we give in to our ego, we cause problem in our life. It's something that we have to see clearly and see if there's a problem in our life. The ego is right there at ground zero. Whatever it is, it may have caused the situation. It's certainly suffering from the situation. Sometimes it's blaming others for the situation. But we have to take and accept our responsibility and move on. And that's important. Whenever we have a problem, we have to address the problem. We have to deal with it, find a solution if there's one, or if there's no solution, just accept it, and then we put it down. We don't carry things with us. Carrying things with us will make us old well before our time. It will age us. It will tire us out. We will not live a content life. We have a life so uneasy of things that are in our mind, and we're carrying them, whether they're guilt or frustration, anger, impatience. Right? Do you want to make friends of these things, but yet we readily accept them all the time? Don't do that. No, you come here, and when you're through with the retreat, put the retreat down, but keep the lessons. They're worth it. They can help you for the rest of your life. Okay? And so I think we're at lunchtime now.